Hi, welcome to Have You Know Game. I'm John Hunter, and in this video, I'm going to review several of the Game Topper game table accessories. My goal is to provide you with a 360-degree view of these components and discuss their quality and usefulness. Now, right now, Game Toppers is running a new Kickstarter. It's called Game Toppers 4.0. I'll provide a link to the Kickstarter in the description of this video below. Now, if you're considering a purchase from Game Toppers, you're definitely going to want to stay tuned through this whole video so that you can make properly informed decisions about which accessories you want to add to your Game Topper. Now, before I get started, I just want to say that this is not a sponsored video. I've not received any money or products from Game Toppers to make this video. I've made this video on my own accord, and the information contained within are my genuine opinions after having used their products for more than a year. Also, as a tip, while watching this video, if you want to speed up any portion of the video and you're using a PC, just use your mouse to left click and hold on the video, and you can manually speed up the video and then just release when you're done. Alternatively, you can also click on the settings icon in the bottom right of the video, which looks like a cogwheel, and set a playback speed for the whole video, and that way you don't have to hold down the mouse button. Now, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first up we have the single cup holder. This item gets used a lot at my game table for my guests and myself for holding our beverages. We tend to use the double cup holders more for trays for holding our laptops and our iPads. This cup holder is great. I've had no problems with any of the different beverage container types that I'm using, whether it's cans, tumbler glasses, etc. Coffee mugs fit in here just fine if they're the standard size. I even have put some oversized mugs in here. I just position the handle of the mug into the corner and it fits fine. If you're using cans, then there is a divot, which I will show you a little bit better on a different angle here in a moment. That fits fine. If you're using other containers like glasses and mugs, I highly recommend using the Game Topper coasters. Okay, and here we have the single cup holder just at a different angle. Gives you a little better opportunity to see inside the well. There you can see the rubber bottom. It's very rugged. I have had this for a year or so. I am not seeing any signs of wear or tear or cracking on this rubber. It definitely looks thick, and I expect this will last a long time. Okay, and next up we have the double cup holder. I won't spend a whole lot of time on this since it essentially functions the same as the single. One thing that I didn't mention when showing the single are the small recesses in front of the cups where you can hold dice and other game accessories, small tokens. That comes in really handy. And again, this I usually cover with the Game Topper cardboard covers to cover up the drink wells, and then we can put our laptops and our iPads on here. Okay, moving on to the dice tower. I figured I'd break up the components and show you them individually before I show it to you assembled. These are the brackets that fit under the base of the dice tower and then connect the whole dice tower to the table along the rails. There's not a lot to speak of about these other than I will tell you, you can see coming around there in front of the bracket is the tips that slide into the holes on the base of the dice tower. I will say that that is rugged plastic. It's thick enough. I haven't had any problems with those pieces breaking or cracking. They fit very well in there. You won't have to force them, and they're easy to take back out. Okay, so let's move on to the next component. Okay, next up we have the base of the dice tower. Here you'll see that there's also several components for placing game accessories like dice, chips, etc. I will point out that each of these accessory wells on this product, they are deeper than what you'll see in the cup holders, so even though individually they are smaller, you'll be able to fit a good bit of game accessories inside there. Now if you see the part that has the little bit of a cutout, you'll notice that there's also like sort of a stair structure to that. That's the dice are going to come tumbling out of that. That helps to get a good tumble on your dice. So also just one of those little things to show that this is a well thought out product. Also on the edges here and here, that's where you're going to slot in the Castle cardboard blinder for the dice tower. And inside here is where the actual dice tower where you drop the dice will fit in. Just going to quickly show this. It's nothing too important, but here and here we have your holes, and like I said, the brackets that fit in here fit about as perfect as you could want. They're snug enough that they're really not going to fall out, and they're not difficult to pull back out. Okay, this is the dice tower component, obviously. Nothing too much to say. Good solid construction. I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on its side, and let's drop the camera a little bit. Try and get you a little better angle for how this looks. Again, good sturdy plastic. Okay, and here we have the dice tower all assembled with the dice corral. Okay, next up we have the poker chip tray. As you probably know, you're not confined to just putting poker chips in here. This works perfectly well for other game accessories like dice, chips, etc. So this slides into the side of the table just like your cup holders do. I usually put this right behind my dice tower so my guests can put their dice in the wells here and easily drop them into the dice tower for gameplay. So one of the things that's really cool about this product is it gives you a little bit of versatility. So in addition to putting it on the side of the table, if you lay it flat onto the table, you can use it as a game tray on the table itself if you need to hold accessories up by the game board. This is the cardboard cover that will fit over top of your double cup holder so that you can convert the cup holder to a tray. I use this pretty much every time I'm using the double trays, but honestly it's not necessary if you're putting a laptop there or a full-size iPad or tablet. You're probably okay, but it really adds a nice kind of finish to the table, and if you have them, you'll use them. They're relatively sturdy. I've been using these quite a bit, and they haven't gotten beat up they're holding up pretty well. So also you'll probably notice it's got sort of a shine to it. It's got a coating on it, so if you need to wipe it off and clean it for spills or whatever, it's not a problem. Okay, same thing as with the double cup holder covers. This is just the single. The only thing that I would add in showing this product is you can use the two singles to cover the cup holders in your double cup holder tray, and that works just well too. So don't feel like you necessarily have to get the double covers, like adding more than you need, because if you have extra singles, they'll work in the doubles just as well too. Here we have the accessory tray. It's a great accessory to have on your game table with two card deck holders and several slots for holding various game pieces. Each of the compartments within the hat design have a sloped bottom so that you can easily scoop out the different pieces that you want. Now this tray is made from a thinner plastic. It's not as durable as the cup holders and some of the other accessories that I've talked about already, but I've been using it for a long time now and I haven't had any problems with it. So this is, most of you, if you get a package, you'll be getting this. And what's really great is that with this 4.0 Kickstarter, you'll be able to get the turntable attachment that clips into the bottom of this tray. So that's going to make this even more versatile, even more useful to you. But while I have this here, I'm going to actually take this off of my turntable, and I want to show you how this looks laying flat. Okay, you can see that this is spinning pretty easy. So if you need to turn it so someone can reach accessories on one side of the tray, you can easily turn it, you can easily shift it. It slides a little bit on the table. So the turntable addition in the 4.0 Kickstarter is great. I think it'll make it even better, but even without it, it's still very functional. Next, I want to talk to you about the actual playmat. The one that you see here is 4 feet by 6 feet, so it fits the full-size Mycroft table. The first thing I want to do is a little demonstration. I'm going to put the mic down by the table surface and replace this mat, so when you hear the noise that it makes, it should give you some indication about the heft that this mat has. I'll go ahead and do that now. So hopefully you can pick up from the sound that that makes that the mat itself has a decent amount of weight to it. It's a very durable mat. I would say just about the right weight that you would want in a mat. It's not too heavy, but it's definitely thick and durable. Now the underside of the playmat is a rubber textured material. This is going to do a great job of keeping the mat from sliding around. But in light of that, it's also not so textured that you can't shift it around and adjust it into place when you're setting the mat up. So they really got the amount of texture on this just right. Now the mat itself, probably on video, seems a little thin. It's, I believe, 3 millimeters in thickness, which is probably thicker than your average mat that's out on the market. But honestly, it really is just perfect. There's enough
spongy give on this mat to make it really easy to pick up thin items like playing cards, chips, tokens, and that type of thing, which if you've played on a hard surface table, you know it can be very difficult to pick those up. So having this on your gaming table will drastically improve your gaming experience. Now, the actual playing surface is sort of a cloth material. It's a lot smoother, but it's also not so smooth that everything's slick and you're going to have items slipping all over the place when you play your games. So just like on the back side, the front side, they really got the texture perfect in my opinion. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up.
Okay, so hopefully this video has given you a better understanding of the quality and usefulness of the accessories offered by Game Toppers. There are a few accessories that I did not cover, mainly because I do not own them. As I plan to purchase more accessories during this current Kickstarter, I may follow up at a much later date with a similar review of each of these additional products. So if you found this video useful, please give me a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I add more content. I'd love to hear from you if you have any experience with these accessories yourself and find out what your opinion is of them. If you have any accessories that I did not cover, please comment below giving your opinion of those items, as I'm sure the listeners would love to hear about those products too. There's a lot I could have covered with each of these accessories, but a lot of those details have already been covered by the people at Game Toppers or other content creators shown in videos on the Kickstarter 4.0 page, so I just skipped past some of that stuff. I will leave the links to the Kickstarter page and the Game Topper website in the video description below, so you can easily get to those locations and get more information if you want it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope all this information has been helpful to you and will allow you to pick just the right products that you need for your game table topper solution. So with that, take care and have a great day of gaming.